Ivy wrote in and asked us, is there a way to reach true happiness like those Tibetan monks? I mean, do you have to meditate 12 hours a day, or can I buy it off the shelf at a mini-mart? Ah, you're looking for the westernized drive-through shortcut to happiness and enlightenment. Okay, everybody, roll out your yoga mats, light up the incense. It's time to get our Zen on. With our new 15-minute accelerated system, you too can become one with the cosmos in as little as 2 weeks for only $19.95. I'm feeling it. Let's start with an ancient short story. Buddha walks into a pizza shop, holds out his arms, and says, "Make me one with everything." I love that joke. Happiness comes mostly from experience and interactions. Something happens and you like it, you're happy. Something you do for someone, something someone does for you, a nice thought, anything. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. Why does that experience make you happy? Was it because you liked it? Was it because it was nice? Was it because it felt good? The only solid explanation is because you've been unhappy. You see, being happy is like being beautiful or rich or talented. It only has meaning in contrast with its opposite, the ugly, poor, and giftless. And please, no comments about how that applies to the show. I mean, if everything were beautiful, then really nothing would be. Or we'd just get really picky and reclassify the least beautiful things as ugly and we'd be back to square one. So the only way you can be happy is by knowing what it is to be unhappy. If you've never experienced something bad, you can never appreciate anything good. I mean, if life were perfect all the time, it would be boring and dull, and you'd think something was missing. And something would be. All of that nasty. You probably already know that happiness also has a lot to do with attitude and perspective. I know people who've had rotten things happen to them, and they still chose to be happy. Because they know a little bit of sad can take you a long way. Also, bad isn't necessarily 100% bad. My father's fond of saying there's no such thing as a wasted experience as long as you learn from it. And as we all know, experience is a way to get wisdom, and wisdom is a way to get enlightenment. Yours today for only $19.95. There can be good found in bad things. You know the yin and yang? That's what the little dots mean. And there has to be opposition. The more things stink on one side, the better they are on the other end. So even if you feel like you're always on the receiving end of the bad side, just realize it's helping you appreciate more of the good. And stop crying about it. It's not helping. So there's your answer. True happiness is a direct byproduct of true misery. And vice versa. Call now and we'll include a reduced misery package, absolutely free. It makes sense when you look at the monks too. The stuff they do would make most people miserable. Shave your head, hold uncomfortable poses forever, walk around in a giant burlap diaper. But hey, if it helps you appreciate the good stuff, I guess that's your path to enlightenment. I was homeless once in college for a few days. I actually had to sleep underneath a bush outside the administration building. Good times. That totally sucked.